Hello there. The Decatur Vegetarian Society did a program at the library recently, and I did a little speaking part, and I'm really kind of proud of what I did. I was really on that night. You know how you sometimes just have so much energy and you're just crazy silly, and it turned out really well. I don't think I can repeat it as well, and I haven't even practiced it since then, but I thought, well, I'll share it with you because some of the information is pretty good anyway. So this is what I said. I said, my name is Barbara Noon. I have been vegan for over 3 years now. Last year I told you why I became a vegan, so this year I decided I would do something different and tell you about the health benefits of being vegan. Now, I'm not a doctor, so I do read a lot and I do research a lot, but you can just come to your own conclusions about what I say. Did you know that 1 in 3 people dies of a heart attack in America? Well, we have about 50 people here. That means about 17 of you will die of a heart attack if the statistics are right. That's a real problem, isn't it? 1 in 3 people, so 17 of you in this room. Now we die of other causes too. The second cause of death is cancer, the third cause of death is respiratory illnesses, and the fourth cause is another arterial disease, stroke. And then the fifth cause is accidents. I mean, everything else was an illness in America, the things that we die of the very most. So, and we also have diabetes and osteoporosis and kidney disease. And all that with our various diets. I mean, there's diets all over the internet that are supposed to be healthy, and there's all those supplements we take. We're downing supplements, and we're doing exercise programs. Well, at least we have the programs there. You know, some of us exercise sometimes. It's odd that rural is a really hard word to say, by the way. Rural parts of Africa, China, Japan, and South America have almost no diabetes whatsoever. They have almost no osteoporosis, obesity, cancer. Their elderly are active. What are they doing differently? And I have my pages mixed up. Boy, this is good, isn't it? I did really good that night. As an example, in South America, the Tarahumara Indians, don't you love that? Tarahumara. The Tarahumara Indians eat a starch and plant-based diet. They eat kind of like mainly corn, like corn tortillas, and they have some beans, and they have some vegetables, a little bit of fruit, and they have a beer that is a real high carbohydrate beer, but it's low alcohol. So there's a lot of energy foods there, a lot of carbohydrates. They are called the people who will live forever because they have no diabetes, and they have almost no cancer, almost no disease of any kind, and many of them run ultramarathons that would make our ultramarathon runners look like beginners. I mean, some of these people run 400 miles at once, and if you don't believe me, look it up. I really found it hard to believe. I had to look it up a couple of times. Now, the genetic equivalent of the Tarahumara Indians are the Pima Indians of Arizona. They have an extremely high-fat diet, a high-protein diet, a lot of fast food, and they have the highest rate of diabetes in the world. This is the genetic equivalent. All right, highest in the world for diabetes and no diabetes. So we know what it is. We know that it's diet. They've been studying it for 50 years, and it's obvious, and it's being hidden from us by a lot of industries. What did really surprise me is that all children on the typical American diet, the typical Western American diet, have arterial disease by age 3. They have striations of fats in their aortas and the start of plaques by 3 years of age. And we are getting kids that are getting strokes when they're still children. So we have to change. We really need to change. So what about your diet? Do you think you have to drink milk to have strong bones? That's what you've been told, right? Now, why do countries that consume the most milk then have the highest rates of osteoporosis and the most fractures? Doesn't seem to make sense, does it? Well, this is how I understand it. Your blood is alkaline. Milk and meat are acidic. When you eat, like acid type foods, when you eat the meat and the milk, drink the milk, your blood turns acidic, and it doesn't want to be. It wants to go back to the alkaline state, so it takes the nearest thing, which happens to be calcium phosphate that's in your bones. And it takes the calcium phosphate out of your bones. And if it takes a little too much, it just gets peed out. But that is how you are losing calcium in your bones. So it's really the milk and the meat. Isn't that something? Now, this part of my program, I actually had props and things. I had pictures of arteries. I think I'm going to link them underneath. Well, I better not. Just because I don't know really copyright rules or anything like that. I mean, I'm not making money out of this, but they were Dr. Esselstyn's photos, and I got them out of a different book, so I figured that would be safe. But they do show that arteries actually repair themselves. When you go on a very low-fat, high carbohydrate, high plant-based diet, they will repair themselves. And they show these arteries within a few years strengthening and getting bigger and stronger and clear. And it's amazing. There were 4 different people where it showed their arteries, before and after pictures. And I thought that was pretty cool. I don't think I'm going to post it. You might be able to look it up on the internet somewhere. The other thing I'm going to post underneath, I will put this underneath. I don't know if you can even see this. Let me hold it. You know, it's probably looking like a... No, you can't even see the whole thing. Never mind. Never mind. It's vegan sites that are my favorite sites. Some of them are recipe sites. Some of them are animal activist sites and information on animal rights and things that happen to animals. And the other one is I have a couple on health issues. And they're just my favorite websites to go to. And I would really love it. Now, one thing you can do, you don't even have to wait to see this. You can just Google accidentally vegan and then look for some lists. There will be a couple of different lists that show things that are accidentally vegan that you might already be eating, like Cracker Jacks. And I can tell you that you can become addicted. You can become addicted to vegan snacks, vegan junk food. It doesn't have to be like milk-covered, cheese-covered potato chips or something. And you probably know this by now, I think I've mentioned this food before, I love reduced fat wheat thins. Oh my gosh, I just love them. It is so hard to stop eating them, you know. It's just perfect with coffee or tea or anything. Oh, so you can check out all the different things that are already vegan that you might be eating and buy those things instead of those other things. You know, you can start improving your diet, making choices like this. You know, start to make starches a bigger portion of your meals and cut that milk out. You can either use the almond and the soy milk, or you can start drinking juice. Drink Coca-Cola instead of milk, for goodness sake, or water or anything like that. You can do it. You can make changes. I know you can. But anyway, I think that's about all I was saying. Let me see if I've got anything else here. No, I really don't. So I will put this, all my favorite sites underneath, and there are so many good recipe sites. One of them, here. Go to findingvegan.com. Finding, like I'm finding a piece of paper. Findingvegan.com. And it's just pictures of vegan foods. Tons of pictures. Go through a few pages, because every once in a while, you know, there might be like a bunch of drink pictures, and I'm not interested in those, like green drinks or something, you know. But go and if you find something that looks good, click on it. See what the ingredients are. Start to get familiar with it, because, you know, you're here to explore, and you might as well continue exploring at home, because that's what it's all about, is learning and trying new things. And thank you very much. Good health to you. Okay, that's kind of what it was. I did better there, but at least you kind of, hopefully you got something out of it and enjoyed it.